Welcome or welcome back at Tiny Help at C-Square. In this example, we need to find the amplitude, the period, and the phase shift of this trigonometric function. You see it, and we need to graph one period. So I'm going to copy the first part of this trigonometric function, which is y equals 3 over 4 cosine. And then if you notice, in both form, this one and sine, in case you have to do a sine function, we have only x minus c inside of the parentheses. So what should I do here to have just x? I need to get rid of these two, and I'm gonna get rid of that 2 by factoring out the 2, and then let's see what we have inside. We have x, right, plus pi over 3. Double check if you are not sure. Multiply, use the distributive property, and see if you get what is inside of the parentheses. So now we have this form, which you see it one more time, looks like this one. We can read all the features we need. We can read the amplitude. The amplitude is this number in front of the cosine, 3/4. Then the period of this function will be 2 pi over b, and b is these two. So we have 2 pi over 2, and that will be just pi. And we need to read one more thing, the phase shift. And if you notice one more time, we have x minus c. So we have to do something here to see x minus. So that is not super complicated. We're going to have x minus negative pi over 3. So the phase shift will be negative pi over 3. So now we have all the information we need to sketch this graph. So I'm going to draw an x and a y axis. Okay, and I'm going to start with this amplitude of 3/4. I'll suggest you to draw 2 dash line like I do it, and you notice the first one is right here. Let's say this is 3/4 here. I'm going to be sure I'm not going to go over this line, and one is down here. Let's see, that is negative 3/4. I'm going to be sure I'm not going to go under this line whenever I graph my trigonometric function. And now we're going to start to get these 5 points you see in this picture, right? How am I going to get? I'm going to start with the first one. This one you see here is a maximum. In our case, this maximum is going to be shifted pi over 3 to the left. So it's going to be, let's say, somewhere here. Okay, so this point here is going to have the coordinate negative pi over 3 and 3 over 4. And this is this first maximum. I need to find the second maximum, a point like this one, for my function. And for that reason, I'm going to use this period of pi, because the second maximum is pi units away from this maximum. So how can I find the coordinates? To the negative pi over 3, I'm going to add the period, in this case pi. So now I'm going to have to change that pi in 3 pi over 3, so I can add these two fractions, and I end up with 2 pi over 3. So the second maximum for this cosine function, and the fifth point in the cycle, let's call like that, it's going to be a 2 pi over 3 and 3/4. So let's say it's somewhere right here. Okay, so this point, like I said, is going to be 2 pi over 3 and 3/4. And now we're going to need to find the other 3 points in this 5 points technique, and I'm going to start with this minimum, which you notice is in the middle between these two maximum. And it's going to be the same thing here. That point is going to be somewhere here in the middle. And let's see the coordinate of that point. How are we going to find that? We're going to take the negative pi over 3 and the 2 pi over 3 and we're going to add them. And because I said in the middle, we're going to divide by 2 or multiply by 1/2. So we have here 1/2 and then we have negative pi over 3 plus 2 pi over 3, that is pi over 3. And we have 1/2 times pi over 3, that will be pi over 6. So this point here, which is the minimum, is going to be pi over 6 and negative 3/4. And now we have to find these 2 points, the intercepts, how we call them, and both of them are in the middle between, first one between this max and this min. So in this case, let's say it's going to be somewhere here. Okay. So again, because it is in the middle of these 2 points, I'm going to take the x coordinate, which are negative pi over 3 and pi over 6, and I'm going to add them. And after that, I'll divide by 2 or multiply by 1/2. So we have here negative 2 pi over 6 plus pi over 6. So that will be 1/2 times pi over 6, and that will be negative pi over 6, in fact, will be negative pi over 12. So this point here is negative pi over 12 and 0. I'm just going to write the x coordinate since this is an intercept, negative pi over 12. And as I said, we have one more point, which let's say is this second intercept, the 4th point in this 5 points technique. So that point is in the middle between pi over 6 and 2 pi over 3. So we're going to add pi over 6 and 2 pi over 3, and we're going to divide by 2 or just multiply by 1/2. So we're going to have here 1/2 times pi over 6 plus 4 pi over 6, and that means 1/2 times 5 pi over 6, and the final answer here will be 5 pi over 12. This point here is an x-intercept and it is at 5 pi over 12. And now we can sketch the graph of this cosine function. We have the 5 points, and this is the graph of the given function. And like I said, it goes forever. I just have one cycle. On the next slide, you're going to see a better graph. Okay, and you notice the same feature, amplitude, period, and phase shift. If you enjoyed this video clip, don't forget to click the like button and come back on C-Squared for more help. Thank you.